Hi everyone, it is Julie and David. On today's Did You Know show, we are discussing 4 reasons why the end of forbearance will not lead to a wave of foreclosures.
So when COVID-19 first hit, the pandemic came out, many people were unable to work and unable to make their mortgage payments. So the government instituted a forbearance program to where any missed payments would be added on to the back of the loan. And the question became, what's going to happen when this forbearance program ends, which is coming up relatively soon? What's going to happen? Is it going to lead to a wave of foreclosures? You know, if you search on YouTube, there's so many people out there predicting a housing crash again. They think this is going to bring on the next foreclosure crisis. We have 4 reasons why we don't think we're in trouble this time around. Number 1, there are fewer homeowners in trouble this time. There were 9.3 million foreclosures during the crash of 2008, 9, and 10, 11. This time around, right now, as of last Friday, the article says there's 1.863 million. You know, that's a large, big number, but not nearly as many as the last time around of 9.3 million.
Yeah, an important element of that as well is most of the 1.86 million homeowners currently in forbearance have equity in their home. In fact, 87% have at least 10% equity in their home. So that's super important because it enables them to sell their homes and pay the related expenses instead of facing the hit on their credit that a foreclosure or a short sale would create.
So Julie, they might ask, well, that still leaves 13% of forbearance folks that may not have the option to sell. So of the 13%, that equates to about 241,000 mortgages, therefore potentially 241,000 foreclosures. Well, to put it into context, there are foreclosures happening each and every year in normal real estate markets. And I'll give you some numbers to this. In 2017, there were 314,000 foreclosures. In 2018, there were 279,000 foreclosures. In 2019, in a normal market, there were 277,000 foreclosures. So foreclosures do occur in naturally housing markets on an annual basis. What's the probability that these are going to happen?
Yeah, I think the bottom line is the probable number of foreclosures coming out of the forbearance program is nowhere near the number of foreclosures coming out of the housing crash 15 years ago. So, you know, that is important to remember that it is a normal occurrence, foreclosures in a real estate market.
All right, number 3, this current market that we're in right now really can welcome and needs more listings. We're still seeing multiple offers on most of the homes on the market. There's multiple buyers who are missing out. So as foreclosures being a natural occurrence, as bad as it is, they will be gobbled up by all the buyer demand in this marketplace right now.
And finally, the 4th reason is that our government does not want to experience another housing crisis like we did 15 years ago. So they will do whatever is necessary to prevent a wave of foreclosures. In fact, just last Friday, there was information released explaining how homeowners with government-backed mortgages, FHA, VA, will be given further options to enable them to keep their homes when exiting forbearance.
And as Ivy Zillman, who is a founder of a major housing analytical firm, recently said, the likelihood of us having a foreclosure crisis again is about 0%. So she feels very strongly about where the direction of the housing market is going. And I think these are 4 great reasons we're not going to see the foreclosure crisis again.
Yeah, hopefully you guys found this information helpful. Hopefully it may have eased your mind a bit if you had concerns about heading into another housing bubble. But we do appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you again next week on our Did You Know show.